Okay, see, I'm not holding any secrets. Maybe a little bit about an event. But this right here, this is the Poco X8 Pro Max. You get India's first Dimensity 9500S processor, UFS 4.1 storage, 9000 mAh battery, which is almost 20% larger than last year. But come on Pradeep, we have heard all of this before. This will not get us excited. Well, this is the Poco X8 Pro Iron Man edition. Hold it right there, Poco X8 Pro Max. I have heard that name before. So the question that has to be asked is, are these the most overpowered phones of 2026? What is the Indian pricing and are these phones worth it? Well, Jarvis, get us some LPGs because this video is going to be lit. Oh, Jarvis called, he's still in the LPG queue. Pratik, TechWiser, let's go. Starting with the box, it comes in like a suitcase. Reminds me of the Monaco race scene in the Iron Man 2 movie. You know the way the suit comes out of the suitcase. That's why they call it suitcase. Let's open it up. Look at the details. First we have this small box and inside you get this case. Like, looks straight up inspired from the suit of Iron Man. And look at this. I mean, this is the coolest SIM ejector tool I have seen. Now let's remove this card. Whoa, it looks so epic. Even the charging cable is very different. Now coming to the device, the back has this really cool patterns. It's like the arc reactor on the back but with the Iron Man head at the center. And Iron Man is also printed on the back. It's kind of like a 3D texture on the back. Now let's put the case on. By the way, look inside. It has this soft finish with the Iron Man logo. Damn, this is easily one of the top 5 best looking phones of 2026. I mean, love it. 3000. Now the Poco X8 Pro Max box, like the packaging is more or less similar to the last year's Poco X series. Now there are very slight differences between the Poco X8 Pro and Poco X8 Pro Max. So we'll mostly be talking about the Poco X8 Pro Max, but wherever there are differences, we'll mention it separately. Now before we get to the performance, there are 4 interesting things in the Poco X8 Pro Max. Now the first interesting thing is the build and design. Like if you look at the Poco X8 Pro Max, the design here is very simple and minimal. In this black color, the phone looks very stealthy, at the same time classic. Now if you don't like this color, it comes in 3 other colors. The back here has a matte fiberglass back, so it doesn't attract fingerprints easily. Now if you see near the 2 rear cameras, it might appear that they have separate flashlights. But in reality only one works. Next, the power button here, it has that red accent around it which looks good. Also the side frames here, they are metallic. So the moment you hold the phone, because of the metallic frame, it feels quite good in the hands. Plus, it doesn't feel that heavy. It weighs around 220 grams, which is pretty good considering the X8 Pro Max has a 9000 mAh battery. Not just that, even the phone is not that thick here. Now in terms of protection, it comes with IP69K water and dust resistance. So from water splashes to heavy superjets, it can handle all of this. Also, another interesting thing, there's an IR blaster here. So you can control devices like your TV, AC, etc. Now, the second interesting thing here is the display. It has a 6.83-inch AMOLED display with Corning Gorilla 7i glass protection. Now, in my usage while booking cab outdoors, using maps and directions in bright sunlight, the display was pretty bright. And not just outdoors, even indoors, if you see, the movie watching experience is pretty good. The colors look punchy. Also, there's support for HDR and Dolby Vision on Netflix, which is very rare to see. I think only Xiaomi phones are the ones that give you Dolby Vision on Netflix. Also, another interesting thing here is the X8 Pro Max has an ultrasonic fingerprint scanner. So with just a slight touch, the phone unlocks quickly. Now the most interesting thing I feel is the massive 9000 mAh silicon carbon battery. This is like a power bank kind of capacity. And now this thing I've only seen with Poco. Last year I remember a phone came with 6000 mAh battery, and after that Poco said this is not the highest. And then they launched a phone with 6550 mAh battery. And in 2026, where 7000 mAh battery is the norm, they have pushed it a little bit further, and now you get a massive 9000 mAh battery. And battery life, my friend, in 2026 is the least problem you'll have. So in our limited usage of watching content, playing movies and clicking pictures, it lasted easily 2+ days on a single charge. Now the phone supports 100-watt fast charging. You can top it up in about 1 hour to 100%. Now just a quick tip here, whenever you're in hurry, you just tap and enable this top speed option to get full charging speeds. The X8 Pro Max also has a feature called smart charging option. Imagine you're mid-tournament in BGMI and a battery hits 10%. So in normal scenarios, the maximum power of the phone goes to battery, which hits the phone. But the smart charging mode in X8 Pro Max divides the power equally amongst all components in the phone. So the phone stays cooler, the battery gets charged, and even you get good performance. Now along with this, the X8 Pro Max also supports 27-watt reversed wired charging. So this can literally charge a MacBook Neo. It's not a smartphone, it's a power bank. The third interesting thing here are the cameras. It comes with a dual camera setup, and it's really good to see that there is no gimmicky 2 megapixel macro depth camera like that. Now we click some photos with it, and the photos in daylight, the camera performs really well. The colors look good. They are neither too dull nor too saturated, and when you zoom in, you still get good details. Even the exposure HDR here is under control. Now the portrait modes come out well. If I zoom in slightly, you can see the edge detection is good. Coming to indoor shot, the story is similar to the daylight photos. Now the second camera is an 8 megapixel ultra wide angle camera, which clicks photos like any other 8 megapixel ultra wide angle camera. Like daylight photos are good. Under low light or indoor lighting conditions, the photos appear a bit soft. For selfies, you get a 20 megapixel front selfie camera. The selfies come out sharp, and it also gets pretty wide as well. Now coming to video recording, the phone can record up to 4K 60 FPS, and here's a video sample. Now coming to the software, the X8 Pro series comes with HyperOS 3 based on the latest Android 16. Now the first thing that caught my attention here are animations. If I open and close an app, they are pretty smooth. And it's not just the animations, even these small details, like when I scroll down to open the notification menu, the side clock gets bigger when I close it. The clock went smoothly back to its original position. Also, HyperOS has some of the best lock screen customizations out of all the UIs. Like you get multiple clock styles and fonts to choose from. You can apply the depth effect, and you can also create presets. Not just that, amongst other features, I found this one very helpful. Like whenever I put my phone on silent mode, I get this slider when I can choose how long I want it to go on silent and then come back again to general mode. Now this is very helpful for people like me who put their phone on silent in the office but then forget to put it in general when I go back home. Also, this is the most eye-catching feature. You get RGB light effects around both camera rings, and these lights do look cool, but there's also a use case to it. Like if you put your phone face down, the lights can glow in different colors for calls and app notifications, so you can know what's happening without even seeing the display. And of course it's RGB, so it can also sync with music. And they're also useful when you're taking photos with a timer. The lights actually count down and then flash when the photo is taken, which is perfect for hands-free shot. You also get some useful AI features in HyperOS 3. Like if you have an old blurred photo, you can enhance it, you can expand images, and you can also remove unwanted objects from photos, etc. But here I found even something more interesting. If I open global search, there's an AI option, so you can do AI-based enhanced deep search. Now there are also some pre-installed third-party apps that you can easily uninstall. In terms of software update, the X8 Pro Max will get 4 years of OS update and 6 years of security update. Now coming to the hero part of the phone, performance. So the Poco X8 Pro Max comes with India's first Dimensity 9500S chipset with top-of-the-line flagship RAM and storage. Now I know processor names get very complicated, but just to give you a simple idea, the Dimensity 9500S is very similar to Snapdragon 8 Elite. If you see the Antutu score side by side with a Snapdragon 8 Elite phone, it scores similar to Snapdragon 8 Elite. Also, if you see the Antutu score side by side the Poco F7, the X8 Pro Max has a higher score. So for Poco phones, X series is the top variant, and the F series from now on is an affordable variant. Now we also ran 3D Wildlife Extreme Stress Test, and it showed an overall stability of 59.7%. Next, in the CPU throttling test, the graph is as green as Nvidia's account balance. Like, hashtag if you know, you know. But then again, these are benchmarks. How does the phone perform in real life tasks? Well, we did a bit of gaming on it. We played not one, but a total of 4 games for half an hour each. Now, in BGMI and Modern Warfare, we can play the game at 120 FPS, and in our half an hour of gameplay, the experience was smooth, no frame drops or lags as such. And in both the games, we got an average of 102 FPS. At the end of BGMI, the temperature was around 33 degrees, which is good enough. Whereas for Modern Warfare, it was around 38 degrees. Next, in Wuthering Waves, we kept all the settings to high. The gameplay was very good. We got an average FPS of around 56, which is usually what you see in flagship phones. And the temperature was around 38 degrees at the end of the gameplay. Lastly, we played RDR2. Currently, it supports a maximum of 30 FPS, and the average FPS we got was around 29.5. Now, the temperature stayed well under 35 degrees, which is quite impressive for such a heavy game. And then later on, we played Diablo Immortal. In medium graphics, there's an option of ray tracing as well, and the gameplay was very smooth. Phone didn't overheat. Now, usually we play these games on a flagship, not on a sub 40,000 rupees phone. And in all of these gameplay, the phone didn't overheat once. Now, in our testing, it is safe to say if you want to do gaming, the phone will perform really well, irrespective of whatever game you play on it. Now, to keep the overheating in check, there is also a liquid vapor cooling chamber. Now, before we head to the conclusion, let's quickly take a look at the Poco X8 Pro. So, it has a very similar design to the X8 Pro Max variant. It has these red color accents, not just around the power button, but also around the camera rings. Now, it's gotten more compact than last year. Also, it's light on hand. It weighs around 200 grams. And coming to the display, it has 6.59-inch 120Hz display. And just like the S8 Pro Max, the display here is equally bright. Now, in terms of camera, you get a dual camera design, and the pictures on the camera are good. Like, I took a lot of photos in this rice field and also on a short trip to Punjab. You also get a 20 megapixel front camera, which takes good selfies. The main camera can shoot in 4K 60 FPS. For performance, the X8 Pro comes with the MediaTek Dimensity 8500 Ultra processor. In normal mode, if you see, it scores around 14 lakh on AnTuTu, but if you push it to performance mode, it scores about 20 lakh. In gaming, you can play BGMI at smooth graphics 120 FPS. In terms of battery and charging, it comes with a 6500 mAh battery and supports 100 watts charging. Now, similar to the X8 Pro Max, you also get 27 watt reversed fast charging, so you can literally charge a laptop. And your usage of playing games, watching reels and stuff, the phone easily lasts a day. While all of this is good, we also noticed a few bugs in our usage. In the Poco X8 Pro, at times the refresh rate was acting weird. In settings on the homepage, the refresh rate was 120Hz, but the moment I open the Play Store, the refresh rate drops to 60Hz. And no, this is not an app-specific issue. If I go to other apps like YouTube Music, or even Clock app, it runs at 60Hz unless I force them to run at 120Hz in settings. Also in HyperOS, in the global search, there's this AI button. So if you want to use AI, you have to tap on it, which I think should be enabled by default. Like if someone wants to use AI, they have to go there, search for it and then tap on it. I believe it's a good option. It should have been more upfront. Hopefully Poco fixes all of this via a software update. So that's all about the Poco X8 Pro and Poco X8 Pro Max. The Poco X8 Pro price starts from 32,999 and the X8 Pro Max price starts from 42,999. The Iron Man edition X8 Pro is priced at 37,999. There's a 3,000 bank discount, plus there's a special launch day offer. You'll get 1 year of extended warranty plus 1 year of screen damage protection for free. The sale starts from 23rd March, 12 PM on Flipkart. So what's the conclusion? Are these the most overpowered phone of 2026? Well, in terms of specs, it's definitely right up there. Like the Poco X8 series this year is better than last year's Poco F7. And rumors are the F8 series will not make it to India this year. So for Poco, these are the best performing phones for 2026. There are a bit of software bugs and glitches, but that can be fixed via a software update. So if you're someone who's looking for performance, gaming and heavy multitasking, you can consider these phones, and the Poco X8 Pro Iron Man edition is a really good move. Like A, it builds hype. B, fans like it. It's more of like a collection rather than a phone. On that note, this is Pradeep signing off straight from Batinda, Punjab. See you in the next video. Pew, pew, pew.